Hi guys, I've just come across this game. It's only got released, I'm not quite sure, a couple of days ago, but I've been waiting for it to come out. It's been on my wish list. One of my friends, Riku, was the one that gifted it to me because I was going to get it in a couple of weeks. But let's go ahead and I think we'll do a Let's Play series. We'll see how it goes, see what people think. We'll go from there. So anyway, I've played a little bit of the game. Um, So I've got the basics understanding. I've still got a lot to learn. There's still new stuff in the game that I haven't actually got to yet. But the whole storyline is that you manage a railway area from A to B, and there's been a flood. So a lot of the railroad has been washed out. So the idea is to get it fixed and unlock the rest of the railway as you go along. Um, and you start off basically with the steam engines and you work your way up to the diesel. So without further ado, let's get into it. So during these playthroughs, I'll try and explain how it's all working. I've already done the tutorial, but there is a full tutorial at the beginning of the game which explains near enough everything you need to know, which is absolutely brilliant. But I'm going to skip that for now and get straight into the game. Um, when you first start, there's a couple of things you need to do. Um, we've got in front of us there's the CER2, which is your train, but it's been derailed and it's out of fuel and water, so we're gonna have to tow that to get it repaired. Um, so anyway, we start. Let's think what we want to start with. So let's start with basic control. So anyway, you have full control over your mouse. So you right click and you can move your camera angle. WSD is your standard walk keys. You got jump, shift, or sprint. Really simple, like most games. They're all the same controls near enough. Unless you're playing on controller, it's a bit different. You do start with another train, number 3, which is fully ready to go. It's not quite full on coal or water, but we can top that up and go for that. So to get going, we first have to. There's a couple of things we need to do. We've got um, we've got to get this coal wagon over here, which feeds our trains. We've got to get a load filled up for that because we've only got a little bit of coal left in the hopper. As you can see, we've only got £1,000 worth of coal in there, and the hopper is empty. Sorry, the wagon is empty at the moment, so we'll have to get that and get some coal ordered for us to continue. Water, I do believe, doesn't cost anything, so we've got the water tower here. Just a few keys to note because there's quite a few different key bindings to get used to the game. M is your map, so it brings up a basic map of the railway system. As you can see, we start just near Whittaker, Whittaker, sorry, I will get it right. And we're actually at the interchange area of Whittaker. It doesn't state that on the map, but that's where we are. So any contracts we take, all of the wagons will be loaded here until we unlock parts of this map, which goes down through Walmart and right down to this interchange here. And then when you unlock this part of the line, um, all our trains will be delivered to this area here. So yeah, so M be your map, which is really easy. There's a labeling system, so you know what's what. So if you press tab, it'll come up above the trains where they all are. So you've got a train there. We've got a passenger carriage there, and we've got our caboose over there. So, and that's what we start with. We start with 2 trains, a passenger wagon, and a caboose. We're currently in this area. We've got the sawmill, which is just over here. We do have some logging carts that we can use to bring logs up to the sawmill, and that gives us a nice bit of money. What's next? So if we want to select a train, we can put a mouse over it and press Control T. No, sorry, that's not the one. Control and left click, gives us our display of that train, so we can see what its conditions is, how much brake it's got, and a few other little bits. Equipment, if we need to send it for repair or sell value. Operations, it's got none at the moment because we haven't set up a crew, which I'll get into later on in the video. And then we've got orders, so we can use the AI to drive the train as well as us driving the train, either way. The control left click also works on wagons, so you can see that this is a passenger wagon. It can hold 60 passengers. And the two stations that we've got available at the moment is the Wichita Depot and Ella Station. And again, you got the operations for what crew we want it in. That's mainly for multiplayer, not so much for single. The other thing we can do is we can teleport around the map. If you put your mouse anywhere on the map, you can press Control and T, and we will teleport to that area. So now we're at Wichita Depot, which is where the station is. We have got passengers waiting here. We've got 6 passengers are waiting, and they're wanting to go to Ella Station. And it's the same. If you go to Ella Station, you can click on that building, and it'll tell you what passengers they've got waiting to come back here. Jump back to our train, which is down here. So Control T again, and that brings us back to our train. So they're really simple controls. I brings up your business management page. So you've got your daily reports. You've got the locations, which you've actually got actually unlocked at the moment. As you unlock more, you get more milestones. This is how we unlock more of the railway areas. So if we repair the Ella track and bridge, that'll give us access to Bryson depot as well. It's done in 3 parts. So over the course of 3 days, we'll get that unlocked. You can unlock your diesel side of stuff, and you can purchase a track from here to the interchange, which I showed you on the map earlier. It is very expensive. Sometimes I do come up with discounts, so the more better reputation you get, the more discount you get on these certain things. And then you got the unavailable stuff, because we have got to unlock certain things before we can unlock the next. Our financials page, so we start our opening balance with $5,000. We can get loans if we need it. We can have a max of $20,000 on loans if you want them. Our equipment page, so it tells you what we own. Employees, so this is more again for multiplayer, so you get a list of the players are connected. Our crews, we can create a crew if we want to, so we can call it, I don't know, let's just, for instance, video test crew. There we go, that'll do. And click create. So now I'm part of this crew, and then you've got your settings at the end, so you can sleep and wait an hour. Time multiple, I always set it to 1:1, so the time's a bit slower, so you've got plenty of times to sort your yard out. Interchange serviced, so basically every time you put an order in for something, it'll happen the following day at that time. The next lot of quests will come through, or contracts will come through for you to go and complete. I always leave it just as default because it's easier. There is a couple more keybinds which I'll explain as we go along, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but we'll get there eventually. And then you've got your tutorial button at the top here. You've got your chat or console mode. You can click your company window here as well. You've got your switch list that gives you all your contracts when you assign them. Your preferences, so here you can change your character looks and stuff like that. I'm not going to go too much into detail, you can play around with that. And then you've got your employee timetable, so it just explains a bit about the different areas and your time, and that's about it. So to start with, what we're going to do is we're going to get I think we're going to get some coal ordered. So what we'll do is we'll set this to Eastwood's coal loader, and we'll order some coal. So it says incomplete at the moment, so what we're going to do is add this to our switch list, and then if we press T, we get a switch list up. That's another control I forgot to mention. And now, because we've added it on that thing, it comes up on our thing, so it tells you what type it is, the wagon number, the location where it is at the moment, and where it's got to go. If you highlight these areas, it'll highlight the train for you, so it tells you whereabouts it is. And it wants to go down to the interchange. So basically it's asking us to drop it off in that area over there. You can see it highlighting on the map. So that's what we've got to do. So we'll start with that first and we'll crack on. So we'll just do the switch track here, because we need to go over to the wagon and grab the wagon. We'll jump aboard the train. I'll show you the controls quickly from the train side, and then I'll show you the way we can do it from controlling it elsewhere. So we've got a few things in the train we can play with. We've got the cylinder lever here, so if I press that, sorry I pressed the wrong button, I meant to press, why is it not working? Oh, it's because I've selected the wrong train, I need to select my train. There we go, let's select my train, and then if we press 9 we can go to it. So we've got a couple of views. We've got 1 which takes us to first person, 2 which is sort of like map mode, so we can move around the map without moving our character. 9 goes to the back of the train, 0 goes to the front of the train. So if we've got carts on the back, it'll take us right to the back. So yeah, I've got the cylinder open at the moment, as you can see. It lets the steam out this side of the engines. We've got our reverser, so we can go forward or back, depending on where we're going. Centre again is neutral. We've got our throttle up here. We've got our independence brake, which is this one, and we've got our main train brake, which is here. We've got a whistle at the top here, and we've got our bell. I'm not sure actually how you operate your bell from in the cab, but you just press B basically, that sends your bell on. I'm not sure about the rest. So if you walk up to the seat, you don't need to click anything, it'll automatically put you in the seat automatically. We can open the window, we can lean out the window, and so forth. So we'll get this train moving. So we're going to put the receiver forward, because we want to go in the forward direction. Take our brake up, which is already off, and then we can just increase our throttle slightly, and we can get moving. A couple of toots on the horn to say that we're moving. And then we'll take the throttle off. We're just going to creep forward. These are doors at the front here we can open, by the way. We also got, there's a few little plugs we can click on. We've got windows. There's a door on the other side we can open. These can open as well, these windows here. So you can either play it like this. So the other way we can control it is what I'll do is I'll get connected up with the wagon. I just need to make sure that. Not sure. So we need to be at least doing 1 mile an hour just to connect the train. So we need to back up a bit. If you hit it too hard, you can cause damage to both locomotives and the wagon, which is not a good idea. So we're about to connect now. There we go. I'm going to put the brake on, and I'm going to get up, and we'll go out and connect our line. So every wagon has its own brake. We can turn this lever here, and as you can see down this bottom corner, it tells you if there's an issue with the train anywhere along that. So purple is that means that the trailer brake's on, or the wagon brake's on. So if we turn that off, it's gone off. If it's white as it is now, but the locomotive tags are red, it means the airlines are not hooked up. So we can either click them to connect them, and then open each valve, one on this side and one on the train, or we can hold shift and click them and it'll open the valves for us automatically, and now you can see the brake pressure's gone all the way through the train altogether. So the other way we can drive it is we don't actually have to be aboard the train, is we can use the controls. If I just close this for a minute, by pressing control left click, selecting the train, and it'll bring up this box down here, which is basic controls. So this is your brake, your throttle, your reverser, and your independence brake is here, and then your speed is shown here, and how much tonnage and how many cars you've got on board. So we'll release the brake, we'll whack it in reverse, and we'll just give it a little bit of throttle and start pulling it back. So what we're going to do is we're just going to reverse back off this switch here. So this is what makes it easier, because doing the switches and messing around, getting on and off your train all the time can be a pain. So I'll bring this all the way back. Apply the brakes, let it stop, and then we'll change the track over so we can get back on the main line here. So we'll go forward, release the brake, and pull it forward. And that'll bring us to this switch here, which we need to change in a second. Ooh, slow it down a minute. So we'll get a brake in for the switch. I'm just going to hop on the back so I can take a ride with it. And reverse, and off we go. So I'm going to try and keep these videos to half an hour, 45 minutes. Some might be a bit longer, it all depends on what we've got that we're doing. I don't want to really stop right in the middle of something important, so if it goes on a little bit, it will go on a little bit. But I'll try and keep them to about half an hour, 45 minutes. So because we've got to take this wagon so we can get some more coal loaded, it gives us a highlighted area of the two tracks we can place it on. So we'll just reverse up, we'll drop these off here. Once it's in position, you'll see it change its location to the same name as the interchange. There you go, so it's in the right area. So I'm just going to take it back a little bit further, and we can brake here, jump off, and then we'll disconnect it from here. So pressing shift and click again, it will switch these airlines off at the same time, and then we click the coupler and it's unlocked, and then we can just back away from the coupler like that. As easy as that. So I'm going to back the train all the way up back to this switch back here so we can get back out the way of this wagon. So there is speed limits in the area. It's not showing it down here, but these little markers here are speed limits. So you can only do 25 through there, 30 through there, 30 so forth. Really the max speed on these tracks is about 35 on the main line, 25 down the chute all the way down to Connolly, where we can pick up logs, and that which I'll show you a bit later in the video when we get to that point. So we've got to back up quite a fair way up here. So we want to be on, do we want to be on that track? Yeah, we want to be on this track here. So once we get that done, we'll go and pick up our derailed train and get that into the repair bay so we can start getting that repaired, and we can have two trains running, which will be awesome. So I'm going to jump off here and I'm going to wait till we get past this switch here, and then we'll start braking, and then we'll switch through this switch, and again we'll switch back to forward motion, release the brake, and pop up, and jump back on again, jump in the seat. There is a light in here for when it's night time we can turn on, so open the cab light. We can press H for your horn. V and pull your mouse down is the opposite way of your horn. B again is your bell. I'm not sure about the controls for your regulator and that. I haven't worked them ones out yet, but I'm sure they're in the controls somewhere. Let's slow down a bit, we're going a bit quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get this derailed train over here, and we're going to bring it back, and this is our repair bay in here, which we've got two tracks to let us go in there. So we're going to go on this main line here. And I think I've gone the wrong way actually. Oh no, it is down this way. So we've got to get to this switch here. We pass this one, pass the next one. This one here we need to switch when we get past it. So we can start braking now. And then we'll throw that switch quickly while that's braking up. There we go. We've gone a bit too far, but anyway. Oh, bring her into reverse, sorry. So as I bring that back, I'm just going to run down the track. It's weird you can actually run at 30 miles an hour to keep up with the train. It's daft, but... Oh, after we delivered that train, I forgot to tell you, on the switch list it's crossed out to say that we've completed that job, so we can get rid of that off there now, we don't need it on there. That will be refilled tomorrow morning once we have a night's sleep. So I'm going to back the train up. I'm not going to connect just yet because I need to re-rail it, so I'm going to brake now. Let that stop. So to re-rail the train, if you derail it for any reason, as you can see, if I hold control and left click, it's been derailed and it's at 70% condition. So we need to get this repaired, and if we check the back box, we've got no coal and no water, so it can't be driven under its own steam at the moment because it's run out. So if we hover the mouse over the engine, we can hold Shift and R and press it again to get it to re-rail, and again for the back part, Shift R to get it re-railed. And now it doesn't say in the list that it's derailed. So now what we can do is we can back this train up and connect it up. Again, don't go into it too fast because we can cause damage to both ends. Connect the two airlines. And then we can go into a forward. I'm just going to jump on again. Release the brake and off we go. So as you can see, it now says we've got 4 cars on because we've got 2 with our train and 2 with the ones behind us at a maximum of 128 ton. So we've got a bit of an incline here, a bit difficult pulling us out. So we need to get this past our switch. Was it that switch or this switch? This switch, right, that's it. So we start braking that train, throw the switch, and then we can throw it into reverse, release the brake, roll again. Really simple, really easy to drive. So on the way back, what I'm going to do is do I refill it for now? Should be alright for now. I could find a minute. So we need to make sure this track switched over to the right way, because we need to take this into the repair bay. And what we'll do is we'll stick it in this far end one over here. So we'll get this train coming back a bit quicker. Gonna take a mouthful of my coffee before it gets too cold. So we'll back it into here. Let's slow it down a bit. And she's in. So we'll disconnect our train from here. And we'll just take our train forward. Take out the shed. So now we've got a train in the repair bay. It's not going to repair just yet because we haven't got any repair set. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our repair destination, which is East Wichita repair track. And we can either customize our train, we can change the report maps, we can change it from the CER and number 2 training, whichever you want, and we can change what whistle it's got depending on what you want. But other than that, at the moment it's not going to repair because we haven't got any employees to do our repairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our company page. We're going to go to location, the service page, and we're going to hire one worker, and it will tell us the time to complete this job is 1 day and 11 hours. So basically we've got 2 days worth of repairs on the train, and it's going to cost us £15 a day for the repair. And I think that's it. Yep, that's all we have to do, and just leave that to do that. So we've been about half an hour now, just explaining the basics controls. I'm probably no point doing a passenger run because that takes a little bit of time. So what we might do is we'll do show you how to do refueling quickly on the trains. So if we get this to go over to the to this area, so we'll start with loading coal first. So we've only got a little bit of coal we can load, and we have to get this. It's near enough has to be spot on, but not perfectly. You can be a little bit to the left or to the right of it. It doesn't matter. I find it easy if you stand level with it and you bring your train in at a low speed. So I'm going to start braking the train now. Bring the speed right the way down. Makes it easier. And you want to stop literally just past the bulky part of here, which is like a 2 tank sides. And then to load it, all we have to do is click the lever and it'll drop the conveyor down, and you should start seeing coal come through. And you should see the tonnage going up of how much coal, and it's easy as that. So while waiting for that to load, we're going to get the water ready, so we're going to rotate the spout outwards, ready for us to do the water. So as you see, we've used up all the coal. We managed to get, nearly half a ton worth of coal. So the next part, you have to open the water tank, which is on the back here, which is this little box here. We can open that. And again, what I tend to do is, let's get out the train instead of going in the cab, is walk to the front of the spout so you can see it, and you can back the train underneath it. Bring it back. Again, just do it slowly, and I've overshot. So if you overshoot, you'll know when it's not in position because the spout won't come down. So we just need to go forward a little bit. So I'm just going to creep it forward a little bit, and I'll say about there. And now the spout will come down, and we'll start taking on water. So this takes, it depending on how much you need to put in, it can take, anywhere up to 5 minutes to fill her up, but it goes up quite quickly. Right, while the train's filling, what we're going to do is going to start some contracts ready for tomorrow. So in our next episode, we'll probably cover passenger runs. So off video, I will get the passenger cart hooked up ready, and I will sort of pull outside the station so we're all ready to go from there before we skip a day. And we'll also go and probably do a run of the logs to show you how that works. But what we'll do is let's set the contracts now so we can get everything unlocked for tomorrow. So to get new contracts, we need to go to our business page. We go to locations, and we can take any of these contracts. So tier 1s is a term of 3 days. So for 3 days you have to deliver cargo to this location here, and it gives you a track location. So if you click that track location, it'll take us to it and show you where it is on the map. So I'll just close this for a minute. So it's jumped us to the area. So that's Wichita train station there. So it's just literally a siding off there. The other one is this contract here, which is that area just there near that building, off the siding just there. And the D part again is house track is this little, you see it highlight when I went over the name, and then the depot itself is actually on the main line. The sawmill, which is the one that's around towards the interchange area. If I just run round, that's the sawmill here. So if I highlight over the sawmill, you see the two locations. So you've got S01 and S02, which is the after we process the logs, it'll be the timber that comes out here, which we can go and deliver further on. And R1 is the area that we unload logs from. So we're going to accept the job from here. So we click tier 1, and we've got a contract for 3 days, consuming up to 8 cars of logs per day. So we need to do this for 3 days. We need to take all 8 of these cars, pick up logs, and bring them back here for each day. We're also going to accept the contract for the MFG. Again, it's not yet reported and expires in 3 days, and it wants us to deliver a wagon there. And then we'll do the oil one as well. Interchange, this is for, what's this for? Oh, that's the coal, sorry, I already got that set up. And that's the, we'll also do farm supply at Ella, which is the second train station. And we've got nothing on another station, so that should be all of them accepted. So the logs are ready, so we can do that on our next video. So loads produced. So these are, it's just basically telling you how many loads are produced. So we can do pulpwood as well, but we need a different cart to do that. But we've got these locations where we can pick up the supplies from. To be fair, I always use P1. I think it's P1. Let me just go double check. So we're down at Conley Station. So P1 is, or is it P2? No. Ah, sorry, L1. L1's a good location to drop off. Whereabouts is that on the map? But I tend to come down to this area, which is this one, and I just back it into it. You can get 8 cars in there, easy peasy, and that's L2. So we'll bring them to L2. I'll just jump back to my train. There we go. So we've got our contracts accepted. They will happen at 6 in the morning. We'll get a delivery of what we need to supply in this area. The coal cart should be filled up, so we can put that back in its place over here, ready to refuel on new trains. Anything else I need to cover? Also, we'll start the repair bridge mission, which is going to cost us $1,000. And the carts, we need to deliver 13 cars to Ella Bridge site. These cars will be delivered to the interchange, so they'll be delivered down here again. And we've got to take all 13 cars to that area, so it's quite a nice little run. We can do that, and we'll try and squeeze all them bits. There's quite a lot into one video, episode 2. So yeah, if I quickly just jump as well to where the bridge is collapsed. So Control T will teleport you to that area. There we go. And you can see that we can go as far as here, and we're blocked, and we can't go any further because the train line is not mended. So we need to repair this part of the bridge. Just a quick visit again at Ella. So there's not much at Ella, there's only a little bit, so we'll just teleport to Ella. There we go. So this is quite funny. This is the station, which is really, really small, and there's 25 passengers waiting to be picked up to go to the other place. And there's a couple of sidings here we can use for deliveries. I think the farm. I mean, this is hella. No, I'm gonna have to remember now. So we look at our contracts and locations. So Ella Station is there, and house is the one behind us, which is just here at the house. Farm supplies is the one on the right, and the bridge one, which I've just been to, shows you down there. There is a little side in here which helps a lot as well. We can back something into there if we need to. I think that basically covers us for this episode. It's a bit basic. There's not a lot going on this one. Hopefully we can get some things moving in the next video so we can actually see how everything is working. I'm sure, I haven't tried this yet, but this is the next area we'll unlock once we get the train. It will let me teleport to here. So this is Bryson, which is quite a big, nice little area. And there's various, if I just go into external view. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it night? No, that takes me back to the train. Is it shift 2? No, that takes us to the train as well. I can't remember the control ticket as above us, but it don't matter. We're here anyway. So yeah, this is a whole new area we can get some new stuff from. And do a load more missions. They've got a train station here as well, so we can drop passengers off, which is this place here. As you see, there's nothing waiting at the moment because there's no bridge, so we can't get here. So if I head back to the start, where was we? Down here. There we go. We just head back to here. Now, for a game in early access, I would say they have done an absolutely brilliant job. I haven't found many bugs. I've only found little things like when you can control the train yourself in the cab view. I find that moving the levers can be a bit glitchy, and some other little things like that. But other than that, the graphics look absolutely amazing for a game. Absolutely amazing. I love the scenery. I'm not sure if there's a dynamic weather system in the game just yet, but I haven't played enough. I know there's a night and day cycle, but other than that, I think we can cover for this episode. So just a briefing. So for our episode 2, what we're going to do is we'll do a passenger run, or a couple of passenger runs, and we will do the logs and get the sawmill up and running for our daily quest or contract. And then we'll see how long that takes us to do all that, which can be a bit fiddly, going track switching and so forth like that. Oh yeah, once the water's finished, it will automatically disengage for you. So we should have a full tank of water, and we haven't got quite a full tank of coal, but we should be able to get the jobs done we need to do tomorrow. So we can close the lid on that. There's a few other things we can click. We can click the firebox. Like I say, you've got the light up in the top corner here, you can click on and off. You've got the lights on the back, you can change, rotate around, whichever you want. There is a light on the top, but I can't remember the key for it to turn it on and off. There is one. There is controls if you need them. Somewhere. Are they here? No, they might be on the escape menu preferences. No. There was a control board somewhere. Back controls, there we go. So you got a list of all your controls are here. Makes it easier. So let's see if we can find. Oh, you got a personal lantern as well, which you can press L to turn it on. Selecting locomotives, windows. So your brackets control the reverser, move left and right. Throttle is the plus and minus and equals key. Comma is your train brake, and engine brake is your. That's quite easy. Nice. Whistle and horn. Headlight is J, so we can press J and we can turn the light on. There you go. See, hey. I know I'll find the control somewhere. So if you press J again, it'll go brighter and then go off again. So you got like dim, bright, dim, on and off. We'll get there in the end. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I'm hoping that you find my video quite interesting. Sorry I didn't really do a lot on the train side of it, but our next episode will cover a lot more train working and it gets quite intensive. After the first couple of days, we will be lugging loads around. Bedded down the episodes, I may get some friends in and do a bit of multiplayer episodes to show you what it's like when you've got real people on. I'll show you how to use the AI for the locomotives so you can get the AIs to drive the trains, which helps a loads in single player. And hopefully in a couple of days our other train will be up and running so we can be doing two things at once. Well, thank you for watching, guys, and good night, and I'll speak to you soon.